The losing streak is finally fucking over. Talk about it right after this. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome back to Whole Lotta Bull. I'm Troy. Follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Troy. More importantly, follow the show at Whole Lotta Bull. So finally, the losing streak is over. The Bulls' longest losing streak since before COVID hit, when he who shall not be named, the bald-headed menace, Captain Egghead, whatever you want to call him. I will not say his fucking name, but ever since that guy was still the coach of this team, the losing streak's finally over. A 129 to 126 victory over the Charlotte Hornets down in Charlotte. And I can't lie to you guys. I'm watching this game going, I really don't care. I don't care. This is what that losing streak has done to me so far, like over the last few weeks. Even with this win today, I don't care. Now, it's great to see them finally end the losing streak. I mean, we finally get Isaac Okora's back. Obviously Zach Collins has been back again, but a bit more recovery time. Trey Jones was back as well. Jalen Smith was back today. Charlotte Hornets missing. LaMelo Ball sat out. Colin Sexton is still out, and missing a few other players like Pat Connaughton. I don't believe he's played all season. Liam McNeely, the rookie, Antonio Reeves, and Trey Mann. It's the Charlotte Hornets. Now, I said going into this game when I saw that LaMelo Ball was out, that all of a sudden this game actually got lot more difficult for the Bulls, because LaMelo Ball, as far as I'm concerned, is not a player that contributes to winning. He's not a winning player at all. He's just a guy who likes to make himself look good, get up his shots, and get his stats. He does nothing to win. So, in my opinion, the Charlotte Hornets are a much better team without LaMelo Ball on the floor for him. And hell, they played a hell of a game. Now, the rookie Con Knipple, he torched the Bulls. He had 33 points. Miles Bridges, we all know his past history of recent. Who, I'm one of those people that do things like him should have it done back to him and see how they like it. Shouldn't be in the league anymore, but hey, it is what it is. 32 points for Miles Bridges. Brandon Miller, 18 points, and Sion James, the rookie, also out of Dookie, as well as Con Knipple. He finishes with 14 points for the Hornets off the bench. But Josh Giddey leading the way for the Chicago Bulls in this game. He finishes with 26 points, 11 assists, and 7 rebounds. It goes 10 to 17 from the field, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc for Giddey. So good to see that. Him getting some back into some form as well. He made some dumb errors in this game. Let's be perfectly clear here. There was, can't remember exactly what the play was, but even as a Giddey fan, who everyone knows, left me scratching my head like, what the fuck you doing? So obviously, but that's just been the Bulls overall over those last few weeks. They've all just been doing boneheaded shit. And so yeah, overall, good to see Josh have a bounce back game after a disappointing game the last time out. Kobe White, he finishes with 20 points, 6 to 15 from the field, 5 rebounds, and a couple of assists there for Kobe White. Now, there was a couple of plays there where, again, like I've said prior, seems like Kobe White, again, is trying to just push the issue a bit too much and trying to force things instead of like just letting the game naturally evolve and let things come to him. But hey, it is what it is. Kobe will find his rhythm. He will find when to attack and when not to attack. But the big thing in this game for me was, for the last quarter and a half, Nikola Vucevic Shout out Billy Donovan for actually doing something and actually recognizing something. Sat Nikola Vucevic for the final, call it 18 minutes of game time, and went purely with Zach Collins and Jalen Smith, who were and we saw the double big lineup a few times with Collins and Smith. That actually worked. And when did the Bulls actually start looking like a proper team out there again and actually had some competency defensively? Like, when do they look competent out there as a team? When Nikola Vucevic got told to sit his fucking big ass down on the bench and just cheer on his teammates. Which, credit to Vooch, you see him on the bench, he was, dabbing up his teammates, you know, cheering for everything that was going on. So shout out, kudos to Vooch for that. But Vooch today, and I think the way that the team played when Vooch was sitting on basically the whole second half, it's time for Vooch to go, and I think it's more evident than ever. It's time for Vooch to go. He's got to get the hell out of here. I don't care if we ship him off to China for a bag of empty potato chips. Like, at this point, just get this guy off the team. But let's be real though. Like, no one's going to trade for Nikola Vucevic while he's playing this bad. He's got to step up his performance before anyone would even looks at trading for him. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But and Isaac Okoro coming back off a 8-game layoff. They're good to see him bounce back. 15 points, back in the starting lineup now, from my understanding as well. So the Bulls went into the starting lineup today: Josh Giddey, Kobe White, Isaac Okoro, Martis Bazelis, and Nikola Vucevic. Which, to my understanding, if I recall correctly, this is the first time this season that has been the starting unit, which was projected to be the starting lineup coming out of training camp and preseason. But obviously, Kobe White, coming off his calf injury, he wasn't available, and I think when he was available with Okoro, I think Kobe was coming off the bench. So I don't think that group has started a game together this season. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is the first time that this season they have been the starting unit. But he had a great game today. 15 points, 7 of 11 from the field. Missed both his three-point attempts, 3 rebounds. And, while he doesn't record a single steal or a block, he still had an impact defensively, which, again, if a lot of people like to only look purely at the numbers, and if you don't see a steal or a block, well, you didn't provide anything defensively. Well, that's just not true. It's just blatantly not true. Now, I'm not one to look at analytics. Go talk to my guy Hayes from Chicago Bull Central if you're into analytics. That's just not something I get into. But Hayes will absolutely give you the numbers analytically about Isaac Okoro's impact defensively on this team today, or any analytic you want. Go see Hayes, because he's the man when it comes to that shit. Now, Patrick Williams in this game. Now, it must be something in, the home cooking or something, because he's from North Carolina. He's from Charlotte. He probably has his best game for the season today. 16 points off the bench, 6 of 8 from the field, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. 5 rebounds in 26 minutes of time, and had an impact defensively as well. Had 2 stocks, like 1 steal, 1 block. So good to see Patrick Williams actually put in a nice performance like that. Now, I've made a joking tweet out there about, hey, trade Patrick Williams to the Charlotte Hornets for Colin Sexton. Why? Not because I want Colin Sexton on this Bulls team or that we needed another guard. Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. The only reason I say that trade is because Colin Sexton is an $18 million expiring contract, and you get rid of Vooch's get rid of Vooch too. But you get out of Patrick Williams' fucking deal that's got another 3 seasons on top of it as well. So you get an expiring deal for Patrick Williams. You can only hope that the Charlotte Hornets are as dumb as a Torres Karnisovas and accept that deal. And hey, hope that they see what Patrick Williams did today and go, oh, that's a guy we could use. Yeah, let's do that deal for Colin Sexton. And Trey Jones coming back in this game as well, 6 points. Did struggle from the field, 3 of 9 from the field, missed both his threes. Does have 5 assists in this game. But to be honest, I really don't have much to add to as far as this game's concerned. Like this team has had me broken for a while. It's hard for me to it's been very difficult for me to get excited about the Bulls basketball. Like these last 4 days where the Bulls have not played have been actually quite peaceful. Not really worrying about the team that much, not having to watch them play and play like absolute dog shit. And to be honest, they didn't play that much better today, but they were just that a little bit better than the Charlotte Hornets. And the Charlotte Hornets had the lead for a good chunk of this game as well, because one point I believe the Hornets had a double-digit lead in this game. Let's see if I can find that one. Yeah, largest lead for Charlotte was 13 points. There was 16 lead changes in this game. Game was tied 9 times. Now, they wanna keep going on about how the Bulls' offense is not a problem, it's the Bulls' defense. Now, yes, the defense, absolutely a massive fucking issue. We will keep talking about that until we're blue in the face. But to say that the Bulls' offense hasn't been an issue, like, fine, yes, we scored 129 points today, had 29 assists, and now the second half was far, far better, and a lot of it came down to, again, Nikola Vucevic having his big ass sitting on the bench. But there was one point where we had 10 turnovers, I believe, pretty early, like, in the first half, if not, midway through the third. We only finished with 12 for the game, so really good there to only finish with 12 turnovers after having 10 at some point around the halfway mark of this game. Can't quite remember when it was, but it was like, okay, yeah, the ball shot 56% from the field, just under 36% from three, 79% from the free throw line. So offensively, those numbers look all right. You still want to see that free throw percentage up above 80. But there was one point where the Bulls had those 10 turnovers and had led to a shit ton of Charlotte Hornets points. And they had 8 less possessions or 8 less shots or whatever it was, and they were getting, and this is when the Bulls were down by 13 points. It's like, okay, you're shooting the ball really well, but you're not looking after the damn ball, and you're letting them get points off the turnovers. But good thing they turned that around in the second half. They looked after the ball in the second half and sat Nikola Vucevic down, which again, that's a big to me, that's a massive thing in this game. Vucevic not playing for the majority of the second half. That was huge. Points in the paint. Bulls had 80 points in the paint today. Charlotte had 66. So paint defense still not great. You know, that's what half of Charlotte's points were in the paint. You know, we do outscore them in the second chance opportunities, 20-15, and Charlotte does get out transition a bit more than the Bulls, 18 points to 11 on fast break points. So at the end of the day, good to see the Bulls get this win, tidy some things up. You know, they've had a few days of practice, like 4 days of practice. But yeah, now we've got the New Orleans Pelicans coming to town. The next game, let me actually just double check when that one is, because if I was any decent at podcasting, I'll look ahead. So that game is on Sunday. That's Monday here in Australia. So let's see if the Bulls can start building on this. I'm not going to build up any hope in myself that the Bulls can do that. But hey, let's see what happens. Hopefully, Derek Queen doesn't go absolutely berserk on Nikola Vucevic. And at this point, I'm at the point where sit Nikola Vucevic's big ass down for the just sit him. Start either Zach Collins or Jalen Smith, and let's see if the Bulls can get some shit going. Now, this upcoming week for the Bulls, now 4 games this week over the next, like, from looking at Chicago time, from Sunday to Sunday, there's 4 games: the Pelicans, Cleveland twice, and then the Atlanta Hawks. Can you get me 2 wins? And probably likely just New Orleans and Atlanta. We'll see how they go. But to be honest, guys, again, I don't have much to add to this game. I know probably not the greatest podcasting, but this is what this team has done to me. Rumors have come out that the Minnesota Timberwolves have come out and shown interest, asking about the availability of Kobe White. I don't think that Minnesota Timberwolves have anything really substantial to offer for Kobe White, especially not with comes to draft conversation and players that they'd be willing to give up. So that's a no deal for no way deal for me. And Domantas Sabonis, he's just another Nikola Vucevic archetype player. Younger, he is better than Vucevic, but he's the same type of player. We don't need that here in Chicago at the center position. So it's a big ask no from me. I want a young rim running shot blocker, preferably athletic. Um, but hey, that's just me. All right, guys. Don't forget, you guys follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Troy. Follow the show at Whole Lotta Bull. So until next time, Bulls fans, try and see red because lately it's been fuck the Bulls. Catch you next time.